last week. If you see my post on Instagram, I was in Byron Bay on a holiday with my girlfriend Kaylee. Awesome time, awesome time. It's about a 8 hour drive from here in Sydney, where I live. So we ended up doing 4 hours there. Then we stopped at Port Macquarie, which is halfway, obviously, 4 hours. And then we slept there for one night, went to the beach, that sort of thing. And then the next day we got up, I don't know, maybe, no, it wasn't that early. I think it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Checked out and then got back on the road. We headed out to Byron Bay. Byron Bay is a special place. It's the town itself. We didn't stay in the town, but we did go in there a fair bit. It was the town is, alright, let's talk about the town. So the town itself is very hippie, very like hipster cafes, a lot of homeless. Oh, I wouldn't say a lot, but there was like a fair few homeless people. There was a lot, and when I say a lot of backpackers, I mean a lot. There was a lot of tourists, a lot of vans, people doing like van life and stuff like that. My girlfriend and I had a running joke the whole time whenever we'd spot like a camper van or something like that, pointed out. It was fun. It kept us busy, that's for sure. But no, it was cool. But in Byron Bay, there's not really that much to do, as in like walking around the town and that, which is fine for me. As like I said, we stayed about 10 minutes out of the town, which was at Elements of Byron, which was such a nice place. Honestly, when I think of a holiday, I don't think of really relaxing. I just think of, doing stuff that you usually wouldn't. So going to the beach, like you can go to the beach on the weekend and stuff like that if you're close enough, which it's sort of an hour drive for me from where I live here in Sydney. So it's not really that accessible, but it is accessible, I guess. But these beaches at Byron Bay was so nice, and where we stayed, there was sort of like a private beach area where they sort of, I don't know how to explain it. So like you could walk out to the beach from the resort, and it was all the way around the coast. So there, like, if you were to get there without sort of staying at the resort, then you'd have to walk a whole long way, which there were people 100%. But when we were in the water, we were sort of the closest people to us were maybe 50 meters or 100 meters down the beach, which was awesome. So that was pretty much like a little private beach area on the resort. The resort had like this pool. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because, yeah, like I said, when I think of a holiday, I think of just doing stuff like to think about. I don't really go on holidays much. What do you do on holidays? I guess you do relax. I guess they are for relaxing. But yeah, that's what I did on this holiday. I relaxed. I swam. On one of the days, I booked a sea kayaking. What would you call it? Sea kayaking trip. I don't know. It's like a group of us. I don't know how many there were. Maybe like 10 or 15 of us. And you sit in like a double kayak, a twin-seated kayak, which I did with Kaylee, and you actually go out the beach. So you're on like the seawater, which is like choppy. So it was super fun, and we got to see dolphins right up close. I would say within 10-15 meters there was dolphins swimming next to us, which was insane. Such a cool time. We seen a stingray, and we just had to paddle out there, and it was so fun. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure how good it was going to be, if I was going to see dolphins, if I was going to see anything else. So that was a really good experience. Quick note, I've vlogged all of this, guys. I'm super excited to start editing that. I haven't started editing that yet, but I'll get to that later. I want to talk to you guys about editing and what I've found really helps, because I've been super slack with it lately. But anyway, at Byron Bay, so also another great thing. I don't know if it's just the places we went to, but the food was amazing. So Kaylee and I, we definitely looked up like best places to eat in Byron and stuff like that. One night we wanted Italian, so we looked up best Italian place, stuff like that. And when I say a best Italian, I'm not like talking about like 5-star restaurants. I don't know how many stars they were, I guess, but they could have been. But it wasn't like ridiculously expensive. It was standard dinner sort of thing out. And so the food was impeccable. What else did we do? I took, obviously, yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I bought a GoPro maybe about a week and a half before we went, pretty much for the trip and for vlogs in the future, things like that. So we took that everywhere we went, pretty much, even kayaking, swimming on the beach, in the pool. We went for like a hike, which was cool. And when I say hike, I mean hike, because it was just a walk through through the bush, really, which was in the resort too, so which is pretty cool. We also went up to the lighthouse, which is pretty much I would say the biggest attraction for Byron Bay, it is pretty cool. It's right on the most easterly point of Australia. So I have a photo with the sign, and it says most easterly point, and you can see it just below. It's really cool. You can even go walk down there. We didn't. It was too hot. We went there on one day, and then maybe 2 days after, we got up super early and we went there for this sunrise, because the sunrise is amazing from the lighthouse, which was super cool. I did a time lapse for that on this camera, which I'll put in the vlog for sure. I'm so excited to start editing that vlog, guys. But